All right, hi everybody. It's Bonkai922. Um, I said it in the. Oh, by the way, this guy who said in Parasite why I picked my nose, cause it's the winter, motherfucker. It's called stuffy nose. But anyway, Bleach 6:16. This chapter was whoa, just a whoa. That's the only way I can describe this. An immense whoa. Two real main things happened. The beginning was Ichigo and Bach, and then we had basically Bach's cheerleading. Well, not his soldiers, saying "Majesty, Majesty," and Basby saying basically that we already know that Soul Society, World Living, and Wakamundo are going to disappear. This thing though with Ukitake really surprised me. Apparently, this Mimihagi is a god that apparently saved Ukitake when he was 3 years old. Because Ukitake was terminally ill. His lung, I think it was his lungs, he had AIDS when he was 3 years old. And his parents took him to Mimihagi, and Mimihagi saved his life. Now, in this chapter, Mimihagi comes out of Ukitake pretty much and consumes his lung, his organs, and everything. And he's basically sacrificing all those organs and becomes the vessel of Mimihagi. So, and Mimihagi, from what I understand, from what he was explaining this to Ruki and everybody else, is the right hand of the Soul King. So I'm thinking from this chapter, really, this is going to be the resurrection of the Soul King. So it's not more or less that the old Soul King is pretty much. And now this will be the new one, which is Ukitake, possessed by Mihagi. Excuse me. And I thought this was really, really surprising. Now, I don't know if this is a cop-out, because... And he's basically saying, I am now no more, no less than the right arm of the Spirit King himself. And I don't know if this is a cop-out, because here's the thing. We never saw Ukitake's Bankai, and I'm wondering if Mimihagi was like a way to say, maybe that's why we didn't see his Bankai. I think that's the reason. Maybe he couldn't do it. That could be a possibility. But essentially that's what has now happened to Ukitake. And I'm guessing what's going to happen is, I'm guessing Ukitake possessed by Mimihagi is going to, excuse me, go to the Soul Palace and join with the Soul King and bring him back. At least that's what I think. Overall, by the way, 5 out of 5. Also in this chapter, we have Kuraku. And it's kind of funny how that went in this chapter. You basically have, you have Ukitake with this Mimihagi, and you have Kuraku going down to a certain area. You know it's coming! Yo, it's happened. Aizen. And basically, he goes down there, and I guess this is Aizen talking, saying it's rumbling. For it to reach all the way down here, for Sarate, it's nearing the end of the end. You can hear it, right? Those of us who are innocent can only come this far. we cannot advance further into the heart of the darkness. And then we have Karaku there and saying, on the other hand, you can hear my voice from here, can you not? Answer me, Aizen Sosuke. Now, we've only seen Aizen in this final arc once. And that was when Bach first appeared. That was the first invasion attempt. And he fought Yamamoto. Bach went to see Aizen and tried to recruit him. And what ended up happening was he fucked with his mind and distorted his sense of time. Now, bringing Aizen in this battle, I wonder what's going to happen. Because here's the thing. In this chapter, what I find very interesting that Kubo has done, you have basically two fronts. Or I should say two counterattacks. Because you could say this is a counterattack to Bach. Bach giving that sort of Ichigo, and Ichigo accidentally kills Soul King. This could be considered as two fronts, two counterattack fronts. Ukitake with bringing back the Soul King, essentially, with him being the right hand of the Soul King as Mimihagi. And then Karaku going down, I don't do that, to see Aizen. Aizen, most likely, what I see happening, he's probably gonna fight Bach. Now, listen, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it here. Ichigo, there's no way he can defeat Bach at this point. With what he has. Unless he brings out his Bankai and we find out it's special or what have you. But Aizen's role here, I wonder where his role lies. Because remember, he did mess with Bach. He did distort him, his sense of time. And if they bring out Aizen now and he goes up against Bach, I wonder how this is going to go down. It's going to be special. That's all I have to say. It's going to be awesome, in fact. But this was a great chapter of Bleach. I'm actually surprised because the last couple of chapters have been, with the whole Bach thing and Ichigo going in, he kills us, and it just seemed weird. Those chapters didn't really grab me that much. But this chapter, fantastic. 5 out of 5. You got Ukitake sacrificing himself. He's now the vessel of Mimihagi, which is pretty much the right hand of the Soul King. And now you have Aizen coming back into the fold. I'm guessing when they're going to get him out, he's going to have handcuffs on. And Kubo confirmed that in some kind of post online. But that's pretty much what's going to happen now. This should be very interesting, how this goes about. If Aizen goes up to the Soul Palace and he sees Ichigo, how will this go about? How will this whole battle transpire now? Because it can go south. It really could. It could really go south with Ichigo and Aizen in the same area. But that's probably not. They'll probably find a way to defeat Bach from, so on and so forth. But yeah, that's pretty much the story. This was a great chapter. I was really surprised. I had no idea about Ukitake. That was his story. That he was, when he was 3 years old, he had AIDS or, with the sickness that he had. And then this god. Can you really imagine that? It was a god inside of him this entire time. And now this god has awakened, and now it's going to take over his body. He's going to be the vessel of Mimihagi, the right hand of the Soul King, and essentially become the Soul King, I guess. That was kind of what he was suggesting in this chapter. But yeah, that's pretty much the story. This was a great chapter of Bleach. Tell me you guys think your comments section below. I was really, when I saw it, I was like, what? Totally surprised me. I did not see this coming at all. I mean, I knew he was sick, Ukitake, but I didn't know there was like, a thing inside of him and shit. That was fucking insane. That just blew me away. And you notice I'm sitting here. That's because, happens when you work. You don't have very little time, and when you do have time, people complain that you're too loud or whatever. Anyway, good chapter of Bleach. Tell me you guys think in the comments below. See you guys later. I'm going to say tomorrow night is going to just be a regular live stream. Toriko, I will squeeze in on Tuesday. I will get back to that. I will get back to it. Trust me. I'm Bon Kanai. I'll see you guys later. Man, I did not expect this from Ukitake. Holy shit. Peace.